Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome into the News 10 Plus Digital Desk. I'm Taylor Gattoni with Cole Engle on this Friday. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I know you're good. We just had a lot of food because we
Yes.
had a little cookout at lunch today.
Wonderful. We had ribs, burgers, chicken.
Some
Great.
cookies,
Yes.
some chips,
All that good stuff.
veggies, fruits, cheese, and crackers.
You name it, we had it.
Yes, it's so good. Still got to finish it, actually. But we're going to get to the weather first because it's been hot and humid all week, like you've mentioned.
Yes.
And there's some good news on the way.
Yes. Eventually.
Eventually.
We got to get through this weekend first. But yeah, you've probably noticed today, it's pretty humid out there. We got temperatures right now sitting in the, looks like low 80s. So we have warmed up a little bit in the past few hours, but a lot of places are still underneath that cloud cover from that rain we had this morning. But I do anticipate that we'll clear up a little bit. We still have a couple of rain showers that are on our way too. But yeah, look at those dew points. They're sitting in the 70s. And when they pass 60, it starts getting uncomfortable. Once they pass 70, that's when you really feel it. That's when you can start literally wearing the air. Like it's...
No, you go out there and you could be in shorts and a t-shirt and you'll be like, oh, no.
Miserable.
You're not feeling good.
Yeah, and it's everyone right now that's experiencing that. And it's going to be for the rest of the day, unfortunately. That's what it's going to feel like.
I was going to say, Ionia and Coldwater at the highest was 73 with a dew point.
Just unbelievable. And like I said, we're only sitting in the low 80s right now, but it feels like the upper 80s. So yeah, you're going to feel that when you go outside, and that's going to stick around for the rest of the evening. We'll start to drop as we go later in the evening hours. So if you're going to the Lugnets game, I know they're playing at Jackson Field tonight. Make sure to bring plenty of water.
Or Engle County Fair too.
Yeah. Or yes, the Engle County Fair is going on right now, and yeah, so it's going to be a hot one, but it is mostly clear. And like I said, we do have that chance of a rain or thunderstorm possible today. But I do think that's going to be limited to only a few certain areas.
Okay, as people head out the door today, you mentioned the Engle County Fair and the Lugnets game happening tonight. Water is a must.
Water.
What about sunscreen? How are the UV index out there?
Yeah, the UV is like peaking right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't, if you're going out right now, I would probably put some sunscreen on, especially in those areas that it is sunny. And I wouldn't hesitate to bring an umbrella just in case, if you're going to the Engle County Fair or the Lugnets game, just in case we do get one of those pop-up rain showers. It wouldn't be bad to have one of those on you.
Do you expect any storms coming later tonight?
Yeah, like I said, it would be those isolated, pop-up showers or thunderstorms. It's all possible, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be a washout.
Okay.
It's just going to be one of those things that one area might see it, and then 5 miles away, they might get nothing. It's just going to be pretty typical summer day.
Okay.
We've had that a lot lately. I know
We have.
yesterday we kind of had that too, with some areas getting a lot of that rain, and then, like I said, 5 miles down the road, they don't get anything. So yeah, it'll be kind of like that today.
Okay, all right, well, let's head back to the forecast. Sorry for that.
But no, you're looking at the US 127 Skycam. Yeah, you can see we got some of those clouds lingering around out there. And we'll actually look at the satellite and radar. You can kind of see where those pop-up rain showers. So we actually have a few right now looking like it's starting to move into the Lansing area. It's got a kind of a weird counterclockwise spin. That's because we have low pressure. It looks like it's more centered over Detroit right now. That's where we have a few more of those thunderstorms. And this is why we could see those pop-up rain showers and thunderstorms going later on into today. And like I said, it's just something you want to keep in mind. But we'll take it hour by hour. So as we go later on to the evening, you'll notice that we do have those rain showers and thunderstorms still kind of very spotty. But like I said, it's not going to be everyone that gets any or all the rain. So again, that's just something you want to keep an eye on. But temperatures will drop into the upper 70s going into this evening, and they'll drop even more into the 60s by the time you wake up tomorrow. You do notice that cloud cover does start to move off to the east. So tomorrow is going to be a really nice day. I do think that our humidity will dip a little bit tomorrow too. So even though we get warmer tomorrow, it's going to feel hot, the humidity will be lower. So we'll take it.
So maybe a good pool day then.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, we're going to have 4 p.m. tomorrow. Everyone completely sunny and temperatures in the mid 80s, so it's going to feel really good tomorrow. Like I said, with that little break from the humidity. But that humidity will come back, especially on Sunday. We'll start out in the low 60s then, and then we do have a few passing clouds, but I think that we will stay mostly clear for Sunday. It's not until the very end of Sunday going into Monday that I think we'll have a chance of one of those pop-up showers start to move in to our area. And we'll look at the 5-day rainfall. You notice everyone, especially to our north, has a chance of rain the next 5 days, and it's anywhere in between that inch to 2 inches. So everyone's going to see that healthy, amount of rain that we're going to see. And you can see that mostly it's going to fall on Tuesday. We still got a little bit on today, you know, with those areas that get those pop-up showers and thunderstorms, but mostly on Tuesday because that one is associated with a cold front, and that's going to finally knock our temperatures down next week. But we'll get to that. Looking at the muggy meter, like I said, you'll notice a little dip that we have tomorrow. So it will be a little bit of relief. It will still feel kind of muggy, but it won't be very humid like it is right now.
Right.
But you do notice as we go into Sunday, the humidity starts to go up again. But then after that, looking like later on Monday, we had that cold front coming in into Tuesday, and then finally our dew points start to drop once again. But of course, what we have going on tonight, the Ingham County Fair, it's a pretty good day for it. Like I said, it's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, and there's a chance of a pop-up shower thunderstorm, but it could be worse.
It could be. So take it. Take advantage.
Right. Bring plenty of water, and you'll be fine. It'll be good.
Get some lemonade, get some of the corn dogs, elephant ears.
Absolutely.
And drink that water to wash it down and stay hydrated.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so, I mean, like I said, the weather could be worse, but it's summertime, so, you know, it's hot and humid. It's just another typical
It's what's
day.
expected. It's August. But this doesn't make it feel like August.
Yes, no. So, looking at the 10 days, so like I said, tomorrow it's going to be a little bit warmer. We're going to get into the upper 80s. We'll take that brief break from the humidity, and then Sunday that humidity returns, and we'll stay around the same temperature, 86 degrees and mostly sunny, and then we'll have maybe a quick chance of shower to much later in the day on Sunday, even like after sunset probably.
Okay.
And then going into Monday, that's looking mostly clear right now to upper 70s. And then Tuesday is when we had that cold front come in, and that's going to really knock our temperatures down. And you look at Wednesday and Thursday, mostly clear, high temperatures sitting in the mid 70s. And as we go on later into the forecast, the 10-day, it kind of stays that way. It stays upper 70s, mostly sunny, and thankfully lower humidity.
We will take that gratefully.
Yeah, so we got 2 good weekends coming up, looks like. I mean, especially this weekend, if you have any outdoor activities, especially like going to Lake Michigan, I know the water temperatures are in the 70s right now, so if you want to take advantage of that, go to the big lake. It's a great weekend for that. And yeah, if you have any other activities, it should be pretty good. Just remember to stay hydrated, of course.
Yes, definitely do that. Yeah, get out into the water this weekend. I was actually at Lake Lansing last weekend.
Okay.
The MSU Sailing Center. Did you know that you can rent out like paddle boards, kayaks, and canoes for like $18 for an hour?
Really?
Yeah, get out on the water.
I did not know that.
You don't need your own. You can just borrow.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I love that. I love like, what's my favorite? Tubing. Of course, I don't have a boat, but when I have a friend that's like, come out to the lake, you know, that's my favorite thing to do. I love tubing.
Do you like to like be whipped around when you're tubing?
Yes.
Okay, you like a challenge.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I like
that's
the,
good.
you know, going back and forth.
Like the fear of falling off.
Yes, I love that. That's great.
Thrill seeker.
What about you? Do you like?
I love tubing.
Yeah.
Or like water skiing.
I've never done that. I have terrible balance, so I've always been kind of scared to do it. But I want to do that sometime in my life.
You're a little bit taller. Your center of gravity is
right.
off, you know?
It's a little off, but definitely something I want to try at some point.
There you go. Well, yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Maybe I'll have to find a friend.
Okay.
With a boat.
With a boat. Gotta get a boat first, yeah. You could definitely try doing it without one, but it's not gonna go so well.
Exactly. Yeah, yep. But no, it should be a pretty good weekend.
Perfect. And when is the next time that people can see you, Cole? Because I know next week is your last
week. I know, it's crazy.
As an intern, that is.
Yes. So Wednesday I'll be back. And I think Colin's off next week on vacation. And I think Justin's going to be the one here, but he said that I could probably do the 11. So I think I'll be back for the 11 this Wednesday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, look forward to Cole.
I'll be back.
There you go. Awesome. We are going to have Colton on for First at 4 in our 90 minutes of news.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, he will be on next.
All right. Well, you did great. News 10 today at 11.
Thank
We loved
you.
it. You did awesome. We love having you here. Anything
Love
that
being
you want to
here.
mention before you head off?
I don't think so. Enjoy the weekend.
Okay. That's it. Sounds good. See you, Cole.
Yeah, see ya.
Enjoy your food if you haven't finished it already.
I'm going to go get more.
Yeah, let's go do that. Well, one last look at the 10-day forecast here. You are seeing, of course, get outside this weekend, especially into the water, like Cole was mentioning. It's about 70-degree temps in there, especially getting into the mid-80s, higher 80s this weekend. Gonna feel nice to just get into the water, refresh, and cool down. And then happening next weekend, as you see, high 70s. That's going to give you that late summer, more so early fall feel. So another great time to get outside. Maybe have a bonfire or anything else. Go out hammocking or, go run around. play some sports like you're an Olympian, but even though you may not be at the Paris Olympics, you can still get active outside. So a great look at the 10-day forecast as Cole just broke it down for you. Again, watching out for some of those showers tonight. Carry an umbrella with you. And then throughout the weekend, just make sure you're hydrating, wearing that sunscreen with the UV index rays or sun rays out there. And then happening Tuesday, really getting a lot of rainfall. So just keep an eye on that and the humidity, of course, too. You might want to crank the AC or maybe not because it's going to be 74. Just kind of watch out for the humidity. And then next week and next weekend, it is just looking beautiful. So continue checking back into the forecast. We're, of course, going to continue providing you updates. Colton Sikoracki is on First at 4 tonight and our 90 minutes of news filling in for Andy Provenzano. So you can expect a lot more in your First Alert forecast. If you're heading out to the Ingham County Fair, if you're going to the Lansing Summer Concert Series, I know Jazz Fest is happening in Old Town. What else is going on? Lugnuts game, and there are so many different things happening across mid-Michigan that it's hard to keep track of. So tune in to News 10. We're going to give you all of those details of what's going on around the area. And then, of course, tune in to your First Alert forecast, again, with Colton for First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. But I'm going to pull up what we have, or actually, real quick, before I do that, I want to show you our programming changes. So Studio 10 is on First at 4 and News 10 today at 11 because of the Olympics. So you can catch Studio 10 at the end of News 10 today at 11 and First at 4, and those are hour-long newscasts. So you can catch that on our Heroes and Icons channel on 10.3. That's for News 10 today at 11 and First at 4. Make sure you were tuning into that. And then also News 10 at 5 and 5:30, as you're seeing on your screen. And, ooh, I almost just fell off the box here, sorry. And Jeopardy, you can catch those on our Me TV channel. That is channel 10.2. Make sure you're tuning in for all of that. So, again, those are the changes. Just know that News 10 today at 11 and First at 4 have been extended to an hour-long newscast and has Studio 10 on there. And if you want to check in with Studio 10, WILX Studio 10 is their social media handle. And email them, that is studio10@wilx.com. One more time, News 10 today at 11 and First at 4, hour-long newscast on the Heroes and Icons channel 10.3. News 10 at 5 and 5:30 and Jeopardy on Me TV channel 10.2. All right, so now that that's broken down, we're good to go. I do have Riley standing next to me sharing what she has coming up. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Just had a very delicious lunch over here at Channel 10, so I'm feeling ready to take on the rest of the afternoon.
Right, we're ready for you.
Yes. So I've got a bit of a double hitter today with a little piece of the story at our 5 o'clock show and then kind of a full in-depth look at 6 o'clock. So we're going to be talking about some expansions to Title IX regulations that have just gone into effect. So if you're unaware of what Title IX is, that is a protection from discrimination on the basis of sex. So this expansion to these Title IX rules, which we see commonly implemented in our schools, our public schools and our universities, this is going to extend the protection to include LGBTQ students kind of under that umbrella and protect them from being discriminated against for sexual orientation or gender identity. So there is a couple of different rules and a couple of different ways that they're going to do that we're going to get into in our 90 minutes of news. But we're going to break down both sides of this issue because obviously there are a lot of voices in support of this who are happy to see these protections expanded. And then you have some folks on the other side who say, wait a minute, some of these rules that are being put into place, I don't necessarily want my kid to have to be subject to those. One of those big talking points is always, transgender or non-binary students being able to choose, the bathroom of their choice. That was one of those big issues that's kind of been wrapped up in this, with Title IX offering more of these protections for those students. So with that kind of issue in mind, we're going to take a look at both sides and hear what both of those folks on the sides of the issues have to say about it.
Yeah, a lot of strong opinions on this controversial topic.
Most definitely, and we've seen it here in mid-Michigan with you might remember the pronouns lesson that was happening at DeWitt schools. Even things that kind of drift into that territory can bring a lot of voices to the forefront and a lot of people who speak out about that. So there's sort of a fringe issue to this Title IX expansion too, which is that some lawsuits that have been filed against this decision have actually blocked it from being able to be implemented or put into play in about 26 different states.
Wow.
So that is coming from a couple of different organizations, Moms for Liberty being kind of the leading cause on that, blocking these Title IX rules from going into effect in 26 states. As of right now, they're not blocked in Michigan. There's a potential for them to be blocked at certain schools. It is really kind of now down to the nitty-gritty of, one of our federal agencies saying this is the new way to do things for Title IX, and then kind of trickling down to the states to see how that works with actually getting them going on the ground. So, but for now, right here in mid-Michigan, we're just going to talk, both sides of the issue and kind of break down just the basic nuts and bolts details, as we like to say. So
Yeah, what this means and getting that reaction to it.
Absolutely. So you can catch that at 5 o'clock and stick around for News 10 at 6 too to get the full breakdown of this issue.
All right, sounds good. A double whammy from Riley Connell,
right.
News 10 at 5 and 6. I know you've got a lot to work on, so we'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoyed your food.
Oh, I did. Very full.
Good.
Love
It's
it.
so yummy.
Yes.
But yes, coming up during our 90 minutes of news today, we're going to let Riley get back to it. But again, you can catch her coming up News 10 at 5 and 6. So that's where you can catch Riley. But coming up during our 90 minutes of news, starting with first at 4 and what'll be on Mid-Michigan Matters today, we are bringing in, give me 1 second here, I got my little scripts getting situated. Bringing in Coach Harry Jaden with Michigan State University's men's tennis team, or the tennis team. And so bringing him in to talk about the team as a whole, but more so focusing on the Paris Olympics, right? So talk about Rafael Nadal, you've got Coco Gauff, and you've got many others that, a lot of names to remember. So anyways, we're going to have more on that coming up at first at 4 today, break it all down for you about some of those that didn't do so well, or, it's not what was expected from their performance at the Olympics, but hey, they're causing a racket for the game of tennis. That's why we put that up there. And we're going to be sharing how the game of tennis is unpredictable. My producer, Matt, first at 4 producer, laughed at that. He is very creative, so we put that up there. He's laughing back there. You're welcome, Matt. But yes, and then we're going to share more into the Olympics and tennis at the Olympics, and then sharing more on what you can expect for MSU this upcoming year. And one of their players that is expected to go pretty far, they're just at a high level with their skills. So you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on this player. We're going to share more coming up in Michigan Matters today. And then News 10 at 5. A Lansing teenager has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in connection with the fatal shooting of a political activist during an apparent robbery attempt last fall. We'll have more on the plea deal, the now 15-year-old maid, and what consequences he's facing. That's coming up News 10 at 5. Then News 10 at 5:30. 5 more people are facing charges after the investigation into the sextortion scheme that caused the death of Marquette teen Jordan DeMay. That is coming up on News 10 at 5:30, and we'll have details from the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Michigan, Mark Totten, and Special Agent in charge of the FBI in Michigan, Cheverie Gibson. So announced charges Friday against 5 new defendants in a money laundering conspiracy tied to the sextortion scheme. So all of this, more details will be coming up at News 10 at 5:30 today. Then News 10 at 6 in Michigan. We are well versed in construction season when it comes to our roads. You got the potholes, you have the orange barrels, all the construction zones. But now, MDOT is seeking public input for their 5-year construction plan, which includes a lengthy portion of US 127, which could cause headaches for anyone trying to get to MSU, Sparrow, and more parts of the capital city. So our very own News 10's Erin Bowling spoke with MDOT about the project, and she'll have more on that coming up News 10 at 6. I know you probably heard construction and more of it coming up, and you're not happy about it. So make sure you're tuning in to Erin's story coming up News 10 at 6 today. And I'll take a live look over US 127 right now just to show you the clouds, the sky, kind of the traffic out on US 127, and tying that into Erin's story. So again, they want your input. MDOT does. Michigan Department of Transportation wants your input on their 5-year construction plan, again, for US 127. That could be impacting your commute to Michigan State University, and also, which I'll give you a live look at MSU right now. And I know Chris Schultz is joining us on this Friday. Hello, Chris. Happy Friday to you. Ooh, and those clouds are getting darker over East Lansing Michigan State University's campus. So yeah, carry that umbrella with you today in case of any of those rain showers. Again, Cole Engle said it will not be a washout, but just depending on the area that you're in, you may see heavier rain, lighter rain, or no rain. So just carry that umbrella with you to prepare for anything that may be coming across and out of the skies. But yeah, getting a live look at that right now. Anything else that is coming up today? I believe that is it here on News 10. One last thing that I do want to share, again, we're talking about the Olympics, a lot of the pressure. We're talking about, the different weather that's happening and a lot more big headlines in the news recently. So no matter how you're being affected in life right now, whether it's personal, maybe it's career, friends, family, maybe you're just going through a transition in life and just having a hard time, know that you're not alone and there are resources out there for you. All you have to do is scan that QR code with your cell phone's camera, click on the link, you're going to scan it, then you're going to click on the link that pops up. It should be a yellow looking link, and then you're going to click on that. It'll bring you to our website, wilx.com, and on that page that you see on our website, it'll show you different resources from Clinton, Eaton, Ionia, Ingham, Livingston, Shiawassee, Jackson, Hillsdale, maybe I'm missing a few. But yes, you will be able to find those mental health care professional resources, connecting you to resources like counseling, behavioral therapy, family therapy, psychotherapy, anything that you may need. You can find those resources, and it's just advice, some guidance tools. It's not every single resource across mid-Michigan, but just some good starting points to get you going. Again, when you are ready to take that first step, know that you are not alone. But that is everything we have coming up today on News 10. You heard from Riley Connell sharing that big story, and she's going to have more on that on the Title IX, that is. She's going to have more coming up News 10 at 5 and 6. You'll see Colton Sikoraki for your first alert forecast. That is coming up first at 4 in our 90 minutes of news. And of course, you can join us starting first at 4 for all of your latest news, and then we'll move into 90 minutes. So thanks for joining us on this Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone.